And I only wanna know that you're gone and go away. I only do things that are bad for me, and I only listen up when it's time to go home. 'Cause I reach out to the one I love, love, love. 'Cause I've been thinking of all these songs we used to love, and I'll sing them out to her every single day. 'Cause I've been dreaming of all these places we love. They're so far away that I cannot see. I boxed up my youth, paper planes, and I want you to know that on Judgment Day, all I wanna say is, honey, I only listen up when it's time to go home. 'Cause I reach out to the one I love, love, love. 'Cause I've been thinking of all these songs we used to love, and I sing them out to her every single day. 'Cause I've been dreaming of all these places we love, but they're so far away that I cannot see you.
everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Danny and I am so not an expert. Thank you so much for joining me today on this beautiful Sunday morning. I am so excited to get started again with this project that we've been working on for a while now. I can't believe this is part 8 of this project. It's just incredible. And we are finally at a point where we can start assembling the rows, which is finally, we're getting to the last steps. It's been really exciting. I'm gonna hop into chat just a minute and say hello to everybody there. There was a couple of people that were waiting before I even started live, so that was really exciting to see. So good morning to you guys. You know who you are, and I'll say good morning to you officially in just a moment. Couple of announcements really quickly. Next week we will not be having a live stream on Sunday. I'm really sorry about that, but I've got a little bit of a family event that I've got to take care of in the during the day, so I won't be able to do a live stream then. So we'll be able to do a live stream the week after that. I have not put it on the calendar yet for the channel. I'm thinking we're going to do something a little different for that live stream. We might do a little bit of an off-site live. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. I'm going to do a little bit of pre-planning my head for that one, so we'll see how that one goes. It's probably going to be a whip or UFO project for sure. I'm just not 100% yet, so keep an eye on the channel. You guys will be able to see that one as soon as it's published and ready to go. I'm sorry, I have the hiccups for some reason. I took a huge gulp of water just before I went live, and now it's giving me the hiccups. So I'm sorry about that. Alright, so mix and match is what we're working on today. It's a free pattern by Donna. We've been working on this one for, gosh, it seems like forever. It seems like forever. With the fabric line that we've been using is called Whimsical Daisy. It's an older pattern by Canvas. I love these fabrics. The patterns on the fabrics are just so bright and cheerful. There's a bunch of flowers and spots and squares, and it's just amazing. And then we've got some black background fabric that we're going to be using in between the blocks. So normally with this type of a pattern, you'd want to kind of lay it out, put your blocks kind of in places, and kind of move things around. Well, I really don't have that kind of space here. So what I do is I just kind of do it, you know, luck of the draw, really. I just kind of grab from my pile and try to do the best that I can to try and keep pieces from not being the same. But that's why I kind of like my projects to be a little bit more scrappy, a little bit more on the fly. So sometimes parts do end up together, sometimes they don't, just kind of what happens. All right, so let me hop into chat, say hello to everybody that's there, and then we will get started with this project. I'm super excited. All right, let me scroll all the way up to the top here. Sue Allen, good morning. It's so good to see you again. I haven't seen your name in quite a while, so good morning. Thank you. Welcome back. Hi, Kathy. Good morning. Hello, Sandra. Good morning. Hello. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hi, Linda. So good to see you. So good to see you. Kenshwa, hello. So much fun to see you there. Hi, Michelle. Welcome to the channel. I'm not sure I've seen your name pop in before. If I have, I missed it. I'm sorry, but good morning to you. Hi, June. So good to see you again. Thank you so much for joining us today. Betty, hello. Hi, Betty. It's so good to see you. Nancy, thanks so much for joining us today. Kelly, congratulations to your father-in-law on his 90th birthday party. That is just incredible. I'm so happy for you. Congratulations. I'm sorry that you have to do all that cleanup, but good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hi, Gladys. So good to see you. Welcome to the Facebook group. I saw that pop up the other day, so welcome to that. For those of you not already part of our Facebook group, make sure you go over there and subscribe. We post a lot of projects and things that we're working on over there. Lots of fun stuff happening. So make sure you join us. Hi, Terry C. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us this morning. Hello. Scrolling through. I think that's everybody. If I missed you, I'm so sorry. Make sure you say hello to me again in chat, and I will make sure to say hello to you right on camera. I have not seen our moderator yet this morning, but that's okay. I think he might actually be working today. He has a job for the summer. You guys know he graduated from college. He is home for the summer. He has a job. He's working with Tony at our park district. The pool just opened yesterday, so they're a little busy, so he might have actually left a little early to go help Tony with some stuff. So we may or may not see him pop in. If not, Lucas, if you're watching this later, good morning to you. We miss you. Hopefully I don't accidentally block anybody like I did the last time I was put in charge. This is what happens. So we'll have to wait and see how things go. So he might pop in, he might not. That's okay. Don't forget, we've still got our slot machines and our heist machine going. We just had the heist win. Congratulations to Linda for winning that heist. That was really exciting. So we do have those running in chat as well, so you guys can earn your thimbles. Over here is where your thimble prizes are, so make sure you pay attention to those. No one has traded in anything for prizes in a while. That's probably because I was so far behind on mailing, but I am back. I am caught up. So if you are interested in trading in some of your thimbles, the directions are here on how to do that. I will try to help you walk through that as best I can here in camera, but Lucas is so much better at it than I am, so I miss him. But we'll see how things go. All right, I have my iron here, but I'm not sure if we're gonna need it or not. We'll have to wait and see. Now this is what the pattern looks like that. So everything is actually on point. So we're gonna tip it sideways like this, and we're gonna start row 1. So the rows go diagonal instead of up and down, they go diagonal. So we're gonna start row 1, which is right here, which is just a triangle, and then we're gonna go up to row 2. And that's how we're going to do this. Now, I'm going to use the pattern as my guide to let me know how things are. Now, most of the time, people would like lay them out on a vision board or on the ground somehow and lay all the rows out. I ain't got that kind of space. I got to work with what I got. So this is how we're going to do it. All right. So first things first, we've got 4 of these little triangles. These are just the corners, so I actually don't need to attach those to anything just yet. I'm going to set that aside. I've got some black squares and then some black triangles. Let me move this over here. All right, so I'm gonna need one of those for the bottom. And then I need a square, which this is what our blocks look like. For those of you who are not familiar with our blocks, the color, you know, it's my channel, so of course the colors are off. But you guys can see what the block kind of looks like a little bit there. Kind of neat. It took forever to make, but that's okay. So we're gonna attach that like that. And then we've got 2 of these bigger triangles that are going to get attached up. And it looks like they attach to the sides. That. Alright, so let's get these 3 pieces. These pieces sewn up together. Now, one of the tricks I've showed you guys on my videos before is when you've got these setting triangles and you want to make sure that you're matching up the middle of it, what I do is I fold it. This is a trick I learned from Donna Jordan. Fold it in half so the corners meet, and then just make a little mark with your thumbnail, or just make a little mark there in the center. And then what that does is it marks the center for you, so you can match that up with the center of your block much easier. That way everything lines up nice and neat. Oops, I just dropped a corner. So how is everybody's weekend going so far? My weekend has been crazy. I did some more planting. We do not have a garden because our dogs like to eat the garden. We don't have a vegetable garden, but we do have some flowers. So I did some flowers planting yesterday. That was a lot of fun. I got a little bit more sun, as you guys can probably tell in the camera. For some reason, the camera makes me look a lot more pink than I am, which is weird. Morning, Dawn. Hi, how are you? So good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. There we go. All right. Getting that first row sewn up together. It's an easy one. So yeah, we did a little bit of planting yesterday. We had a wooden barrel in my front yard that we put in front of the we have a light pole out there. Maybe I'll take a picture of it and post it on Facebook so you guys can see it in our Instagram. But we have a light pole in our front corner in our yard. And so for a very long time, I had a wooden barrel that I cut the bottom out and slid over the top of it and then filled it with dirt and flour, so it looked really pretty. Looked like the pole was coming out of the barrel. It was really neat. Well, the barrel has fallen apart. It was a wooden barrel. It was one of those, you know, wine or whiskey barrels, whatever. And it fell apart. So we pulled that apart yesterday and we've replaced it with a plastic one. We're hoping that the plastic one works out a little bit better for us. We'll have to wait and see. Sorry, just making sure I'm orienting my pieces correctly here. Go. Mark that center. The triangle. Get it sewn up there. So yeah, so we replaced the barrel yesterday with a. Actually, I think I'm gonna go corner and corner in this. With a plastic one that we found on office, no, Home Depot, I think. I think that's where we found it. It looks like a wooden barrel, but it's not wooden, it's all plastic. So we're hoping that that lasts us a little bit longer than the wooden one does. We'll have to wait and see. Oh, Dawn says it's been a very sleepy weekend for her. Well, Dawn, it's, you know, that's okay. It happens. I mean, you know, we all have those weekends where we just can't seem to get our crap together. I have had plenty of those recently. So I feel you. I understand. And you know what? It's important to give your body rest when it needs it. You don't want to overdo things. We're not spring chickens anymore. And then after we were done with our flower planting yesterday, I spent, I don't know, like an hour outside on my back patio reading a book, getting a little bit more of that sun, that vitamin D. And then I came indoors and did a bunch of cleaning because my house has been neglected. I mean, that's really what it's come down to. It's been horribly neglected, and in desperate need of some nice and a good hard cleaning. So that's what I did. Trying to figure out how to. Okay, there we go. It was in desperate need of a nice hard cleaning, so I went ahead and pulled the duster out, and my husband helped me with some ceiling fans and dusting and things like that. So I need to vacuum today. I didn't spend a whole lot of time in the sewing room yesterday. I've got a couple of projects that I'm working on that I'll probably bring onto the channel here in the next couple of weeks as a mystery project. I've got some more cutting I need to do for that. Don says, wait, Danny, that triangle is on wrong. Hang on, let's see. Okay, hang on. Let's see how that works. I think it's right. Let's take a look. Let's take a look, Dom. Let's see. So this is what I've got so far. It's just the corner. I think that's right. And then the next one will come on the next way. I think we're right. Because remember, we're doing this on point. We're not doing this on horizontal or vertical. We're doing it on point. So we have to start at the corner here. I'm doing it, I've got it like turned sideways. So we've got this corner here, and then we've got that one there, and then this one here. So if I was doing it this way, I think you're right. I think it would be wrong. But I think we're doing it on point. So I think it's okay. Let's do the next row and see what happens. We can always pull it apart if we're wrong. Dawn says she's lurking. That's all right, Dawn. No problem. We understand if you're busy. I appreciate you joining us. Looks like we're going to have to do some trimming up here when we're done, but that's all right. All right, so let's do the next row. So this is row 1. Turn this again. Row 2 is going to be 2 triangles. So let me grab those again. 2 of these. I'm just going to randomly select some stuff here. This one's already got some blue in it, so I want to grab something else. You can grab one that doesn't have any blue in it at all. Grab that one. There we go. Oh, that's too much. This is the one bad part about doing this randomly, is you just kind of gotta feel your way through it a little bit. Okay, that's better. Okay, and then we need 1 square, which is over here. Grab a square. All right. So first thing, we gotta put the square in between the 2 colored blocks. So let's go ahead and do that. Now this should all match up if I've done my job correctly. Looks like that one's gonna match up. Okay, so that's good. This is gonna get messy real quickly because I'm running out of space here, but we're gonna try. Actually flip this over. This way. See if my machine likes that better. Let's see if it likes that better. Kelly says she'll be back in a few. She's got to put some laundry on. No, that's fine, Kelly. No problem. We appreciate you being here as long as, or as short as you can. No worries. We understand. We are just putting blocks together today, so it's going to be kind of a boring, or rows together today, so it's a little bit of a boring day, but that's alright. We get to see this thing starting to come together, which is so exciting. I always love, this is one of my favorite parts about quilting is, you know, putting the blocks together, starting to see what that looks like, with how that's coming together, but then also putting the rows together, because I think the rows is really what kind of sets everything up. So let me slide this all down. I'm trying to get it so it doesn't catch on anything. So this is really when things are going to start to come together. Now I've been thinking about the quilting pattern and the thread that I want to use when we get to that point. Now I send my stuff, my bigger projects, I send them to a long arm. She's a local long arm quilter, not too far from me. Send them over to her. She does a fantastic job, so if you're in the area, I would highly recommend her. Okay, so now I have to look at this one too. So let's look. This way. One goes that corner. Okay. Oh. But I send all my larger projects out to a long arm. She does a fantastic job. She's done quite a few of my quilts already. So I've been thinking about kind of what kind of a pattern I want for this and what thread. And I think I'm going to go with a bright colored thread. You know, normally you would go with something that kind of blends into the background, that doesn't really show off, that doesn't really take away from your patchwork. But because there's going to be so much black background, I kind of want to break that up with something. So I'm thinking of going with either like a fuchsia, like a pink fuchsia. Oh, looks like I ran out of bobbin. Either pink fuchsia or an orange is another, a bright orange is another one I was thinking about. And I wanted to do something kind of whimsical with regards to the pattern. Kind of, you know, I always do an all over. She does fantastic work with the all over. I don't have her do anything custom really. Good morning, Terry. Hello, how are you? I hope you are having an amazing weekend. Happy Sunday morning to you. That's kind of what I was thinking. I've been using this really hot pink thread for piecing, and I'm kind of thinking I might just use that or something really close to that for the quilting pattern, for the quilting on it, to break up all that black. That's kind of what I've been thinking about. Dawn says she was lurking as well because she also was doing laundry. Well, Sunday is laundry day. My husband does the laundry in our house, which is really great. Because I don't mind folding laundry, but I hate all the rest of it, the whole rest of the process. So he takes care of that for us. There we go. Hi Katie, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. It is so great to see you again. For those of you just joining, as a reminder, we will not be having a live stream next week. I will post something on Facebook as well as a reminder. But I have a family thing going on next weekend, so I won't be able to do a live stream next week. That's okay. Something is wrong with my stitching. It seems very loose. Very loosey-goosey. I have to look at that. Alright, so here is row 2. Oh, no, I've got to do that other triangle. Let me see if I can figure this out now. Hang on. Go. Gotta put the other triangle on. Oops. As I drop it, of course. grab that. So what has everybody else been up to? I know Kelly had a 90th birthday party for her father-in-law, which just is incredible. 90 years old. Congratulations to him. That's so incredible. That's not working. This way? Yes, this way. So that was that one. What has everybody else been up to? Hopefully you've been enjoying this beautiful weather we've been having lately. I hope it's been beautiful by you. It has been in the upper 80s by us, but it hasn't been like a humid hot, which, you know, up here in northern Illinois, it can get humid hot. I mean, it can get stupid hot up here in northern Illinois. It hasn't yet. I'm sure it will at some point, but it has not yet. So that's been good. So we've been able to enjoy the nice weather. The bugs are not too crazy yet because we really haven't had a lot of rain, which is probably something we could really use right about now. But the bugs haven't been too crazy yet. Again, all things that will come with time. Still pretty early in the season. So we've been trying to enjoy as much of it outdoors as we can until it gets crummy. Kelly says it's sunny and windy in the Fraser Valley of British Columbia. Some industries will be going outside on the line. Oh, some laundry will be going outside on the line. Gotcha. Sandra says she just got home from spending a great weekend with her kids and her great-grandkids. That's exciting. It's always good to spend time with family. This being last week, I think it was last week, was Memorial Day weekend here in the States. So a lot of people were spending time with family, friends and family, so that was nice. All right, so let's do rows 1 and 2 together. These seams here are gonna match up nicely. Let me grab some pins. I don't normally pin things, but when I'm matching up rows, I will, just because there's just such a length of fabric to try and put together. So I will match up this way. And that. Put some pins in the corners. This is going to definitely need some trimming because of all these triangles. It'll need some trimming when it goes over to the long arm, but she does a great job at that, so I'm just going to let her do that because she's got more space than I do. There we go. All right. Let's sew rows 1 and 2 up together now. Grab this. Here, pins. Again, I don't normally, you guys have seen me, I don't normally pin things, but when I am putting rows together, I will pin the intersections up just to make my life a little bit less difficult with regards to matching up seams. And then I just kind of pull them out when I get to them. There we go. And it's just the seams. Nice and flat. Those seams should nest up nicely because I'm pressing everything towards that black fabric, the background fabric. Dawn asks if Lucas is here today. I have not seen him pop in yet, Dawn. He has a summer job, so I think he might actually be working this morning. Him and Tony work for the local park district here, and the pool just opened this weekend, so they're pretty busy today. The pool doesn't actually open until 11. But they get there early for setup and things, and I know that he's been helping Tony with setup. So I think he's probably working today, which is totally fine. I mean, I would much rather, you know, he be making money than doing something for me for free. So yeah, so I don't think he's here. At least I haven't seen him pop in. So unfortunately, I don't believe he has joined us this morning. All right, let me finger press this. Hi Brenda, good morning. I think I saw you pop in first thing this morning, and I'm sorry, I don't think I said good morning to you, so I apologize for that. Good morning. You were one of the first ones to pop in this morning, and I don't think I said hello to you. So good morning. Thank you for joining us. So good to see you all. All right, rows 1 and 2 so far. There you go. So remember, we're doing this on point, so it actually looks like this. All right, that is rows 1 and 2. So now on to row 3. Row 3, we need 3 of these. Let me grab 3. 2, 3. Oh, that's actually perfect. 3 of these. 2 squares. And then 2 setting triangles. 1, 2. Okay. So let's do the squares first. In between our blocks. Grab those. But we are putting rows together for our mix and match. This is part 8. I cannot believe it took us 7 episodes to get everything cut up, sewn up, and it's just 7 episodes. It's just crazy. So this one is a little bit of a challenge, apparently. We started with the layer cake. Oh my God, what's wrong with me today? We started with the layer cake and cut it into 4 squares to make them charm squares. So you could start with a charm pack instead of layer cake if you prefer. But we started with a layer cake. Oh my gosh, it's getting stuck today. Actually, I think I might need a new needle. I was thinking about it this morning. I'm like, you know, it has been a hot minute since I've changed this needle. Here we go. There we go. So we started with the layer cake, cut it up into 4 to make charm squares, and then we cut those again. We sewed them up on both sides. And then cut them on a diagonal, which made our pieces. And then we sewed those pieces up together again to make some triangle pieces. And then we've sewed up our blocks together. So it's been what is happening today? First of every month, clean and oil machine and change the needle. Terry, that is an excellent idea, and you know, I need to get better at that. I really do. I do clean it quite often. Before every stream I clean it. But yeah, I need to get better at changing the needle and oiling. I oil it on occasion when I'm changing out the bobbin. I'll drop a thing of oil in there. I don't oil my whole machine. I'm not supposed to. My machine does not require that. Let's try this again. Why is it jamming today? It is not liking me today for some reason. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. I only drop a single drop of oil in with the bobbin every once in a while because that's what my machine requires. I encourage everyone to make sure that they're following the manufacturer's instructions for their machine with regards to oiling it. Yeah, there's something going on with the thread. I'm gonna rethread the machine because something is not working. I don't know if my bobbin is wrong, maybe. The thread on it is not very tight, and I don't have the tension up real high. So I'm not sure what's happening, but we're going to rethread the machine just to be on the safe side, because sometimes that fixes the problem. Hi Marie, good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Happy Sunday morning to you. I don't think it's a needle issue, although you know what, I might as well just we're just gonna take 5 minutes and we're gonna do some machine maintenance for a minute, because for some reason it's catching and I don't understand why it's not pulling correctly. So we're gonna take 5 minutes and do some machine maintenance. I'm sorry about doing this on camera. Normally I do this off camera, but you know, you guys know how it goes. So we're gonna do some machine maintenance real quick. Pull that off. I have a sharps box here in my cabinet that I put all my used needles and cutting wheels in. That way they're disposed of safely, so no one, including myself, gets hurt, injured. That was weird. Thank you, Marie. She says the quilt is looking great. I appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, I'm really happy with it so far. It looks really great. All right, new needle. Let me rethread. The thread is just, it's really loose, so I'm hoping that changing that needle, rethreading it, will fix the problem. There we go. All right, 10-second machine maintenance. That actually went better than expected. Usually that needle gives me trouble. There we go. All right, let's try that again. Oh, I don't think we're gonna see it finished today, Dawn. I don't sew that quickly. But we're gonna see quite a few rows put together. I don't know that we're gonna see it finished, but I mean, who knows? I could be wrong. Finger press this one. I am pressing everything towards the black. So then that, towards the background. So then that way, as the rows start to match up together, the seams should nest really nicely. Marie Johns wants to know, how do you get thimbles? Well, Marie, it's super easy, actually. As long as you're subscribed to the channel and you're a participant within chat, you are earning thimbles just for watching our live streams. You can also play some games in chat. There's a slot machines game. Oh my gosh. There's a slot machines game. There's a heist game. What is happening today? I try a different presser foot because this is starting to tick me off a little bit. You can also, if you participate in chat itself, just, you know, sending messages and things like that, you're getting some extra thimbles that way as well. And then those thimbles are then turned in for prizes. The prizes range depending on what you're trading them in for. I have random notions that I pick from my stash. I have, and the notions could be something as simple as a needle threader, or they could be more complex than that. They could be full, they could be some Aurifil thread, if I have some, or any number of prizes, pieces that came in from a box, a subscription box that I have. It's really random as to what you're going to get there. But just for watching, you're earning thimbles, and then you're participating in chat, so you're earning thimbles there. But then you can also play our slots machine game, slots game in chat, or our heist game in chat as well. The heist game only runs once every 5 minutes if somebody starts it, so there is a time limit on that. The slots machine, you can just keep playing that until you earn as many thimbles as you want. You could just fill the chat with the slots game if you wanted to. If Lucas, our moderator, is on, usually he messes with the thimbles games, and he kind of increases the odds of payout, things like that when he's here, but he is unfortunately not here today, which is fine. He's got a job for the summer, and I'd much rather he be making money for his student loans and living expenses than hanging out with us. Hi Melanie, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hello, hello. I'm having some machine issues today, it appears. Working through it though. Working through it. We are putting rows together on our mix and match. I can't believe part 8. My goodness. It's just crazy. It took us that long to get all those blocks together. Thank you, Marie. She says, I love the fabrics that you're choosing. Thank you very much. I am a bright colored kind of person, as you can tell from my room. Now, obviously, oh, good morning. Hello. Someone has redeemed in Random Notion. Hi, Sandra. Thanks so much for that. Sandra, I'm pretty sure I have your email address, your mailing address on file, but if not, please email me with your mailing address so that we can get that sent out to you right away. You should have received your other one by now. Oh, the bot is hungry for my thimbles today, Katie says. That's funny. So please make sure you email me. You can do !email in chat to get my email address. So send me your mailing address so I can get that out to you. I send them out once a month. So that'll be exciting. I'll send it to you at the end of June. So you have plenty of time to redeem. You can only redeem once per live stream. At least you can only redeem one type of prize once per live stream. But next week you can redeem another one. Not next week, but the week after you can redeem another one. Thank you, Terry, for posting the prizes in there. Those are all the prizes that you can win with your thimbles. So that's exciting to see. Looks like Marie lost some more thimbles on her last slots game there. So sorry about that. Somebody just won 2,000 thimbles. Who the heck was that? Oh, 20,000 thimbles. Okay. Dawn says she loves these kinds of fat patterns with the black background. I'm usually not into a solid black or a solid white background. It's just not really my thing. To me, it's difficult to kind of put that all together. But this one actually seems to be working out pretty well. So we're working on that. It looks like somebody else has just redeemed another Notion. So congratulations, Melina, on redeeming another Notion. We will get that out to you at the end of the month. Please do !email in chat so you can email me with your mailing address. I do not keep anyone's addresses. So even if you've redeemed a Notion before, I do not have your address anymore for security reasons. I do not keep it. That is just, it's for my own sanity. It's so that I don't have to worry about somebody changing addresses or things like that. Just email it to me each time. You'll have a couple of more opportunities this month to redeem some more Notions. So then that way you can get extra prizes in the mail at the end of the month. Let's see if this helped. Ah, that did seem to help. So there was obviously something going on with either the needle or the thread, so that seems to have fixed the problem. That's good. When in doubt, when your stitching is just a little loose and things like that, don't change your tensions. Sometimes it's just a matter of rethreading. Sometimes it's a matter of you just need a new needle, things like that. So don't just automatically go to your thread tensioning and change that. Try and make other changes, smaller changes first, because that usually fixes the problem. Just make sure I've got this right. Go. Yes, Terry, that is exactly what I did. Terry said sometimes I just rethread the whole machine, and that's exactly what I did. Was I pulled the bobbin out, rethreaded that, but I also changed my needle as well. I had noticed at the beginning of the stream that I remembered at the beginning of my stream that I really hadn't changed the needle out in a while, so I probably needed to do that anyway. So I just went ahead and did it anyway, since I had the minute to do it. And now it seems to be working much better. When in doubt, change your needle out. All right. Hi, Shirley. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us today. Hello, hello. So good to see you. I'm sure the bot has already done it, but if you haven't already, this is your reminder to please make sure you hit that like button. And if you're not already subscribed, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well. We are trying to get to our goal of 500 subscribers before the end of the month. I'm not sure that we will do it, but we're going to try, darn it. Okay. I got to do this the right way here. So this one actually lines up with that one. So this one lines up with this one. Right? Yes. Okay. We've lost a couple of subscribers, but that's all right. You know, the channel's not for everybody. I understand. And I've kind of been a little lackadaisy in my efforts to keep up with the channel too. Right now I'm strictly on live streams. I have not done a video in quite some time. I will get back into the videos at some point. I just probably not until either mid to late summer is going to be my guess. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Just pinning the edges of each one of these here. I don't normally, you guys know I don't normally pin anything. Pinning is my least favorite part of sewing. But when it comes to putting the rows together, I like to try to make sure that my seams nest up as best they can, if they're supposed to. And so I will put a pin in the seams just to keep them together while I'm running it through the machine. That's just so that for my own sanity. Go. This one over here. So now normally you would sew all the rows up and then sew the rows together, but again, because of my small space, I like to sew up one row, sew it to the main, and then just keep going like that. That's kind of the way I like to do things. You do things the way that's the best works for you. I missed some things here in chat, so give me a second and I'll catch back up. I just want to get this thing started here. There we go. Let me catch up with chat here. What size and brand of needle do I use? I use Schmetz Universal 8012s. That's what I use right now. So I have used those before. I've actually given away some of those needles before as part of one of the notions, so that's been exciting. Close, Danny, you are close. 41 more. I did the math on Sunday morning. Wow, Terry, I'm impressed that you've managed to do the math. That's really exciting. I think she means 41 more blocks, not 41 more rows, that's for sure. Julie says, I'm guilty of using a needle and rotary cutlery blades longer than I probably should. I'm just so stingy with those notions. Why? I'll drop a paycheck on fabric. Don't even need. Julie, honey, I totally feel you. I completely understand. I make myself crazy with the fact that I won't change a rotary blade sooner than I need to. I will make myself crazy with cutting fabric. And I'm like, you're just so silly. Just change the silly blade. And then as soon as you do, it's like, it's like, it just cuts so much nicer. So I totally feel you. I completely understand. Exactly, Terry. You do you. Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, 41 more subscribers. Oh, yes. Yes. Got you. Yes, 41 more subscribers. Congratulations for doing the math. So yeah, if you have friends or family that are interested in joining our group, our community, make sure you share the channel with them. Please and thank you. Like I said, I will get back to videos at some point, probably not until the end of the summer. Come on. But I I will get back to them at some point. A couple of you have already asked where Lucas is, and I did address it once, but I'll address it again. He is home from college. He graduated from college this year, which is really exciting for him. And he has a job for the summer with our local park district, where he is a swim instructor / lifeguard. So he is actually doing that this morning. There will probably be many Sundays during the summer where he's not able to join us, and that's okay. I would much rather he be making money towards his student loans and other expenses than hanging out with us, even though I love it when he does hang out with us. Him and Tony both are working for the park district. They did it like last year as well, and they did a fantastic job. In fact, Tony actually got a promotion this year. She's one of the supervisors, managers, I'm not exactly sure her title, but she got a promotion, so that's really exciting for her. Yes, awesome for Lucas. Yes, awesome for Lucas. We're really happy for him. We're really proud of him. So it's okay that he can't, hang with us. That's all right. We'll get over it. We will absolutely get over it. And you know what? We'll see him again soon enough. He pops in when he can. Maybe he'll pop in on a lunch break or something if he gets one, if we're still live, but yeah. He pops in when he can. I have always told him that our channel is should be of lowest priority to him. His career, his education, those should always be of highest priority. Yes, to be young and starting on the journey. Yes, absolutely. All right. So again, this is how we're putting the rows together, but this is how they actually look. They're on point. I think it's looking really nice. I'm liking it so far. All right, that is row number, what are we on? 3? 1, 2, 3, because I don't count the corner triangles as a row, so. All right, let's see. 1, 2, 3. We're on number 4 now. So I need 4 of these. 2, 3, 4. These. 3 of these. 1. Speak of the devil, look who just popped in there. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Guess who's in the house? Lucas is in the house. Yay, good morning. See, I told you he'd pop in if he could. I told you he was working this morning. I wasn't sure when he was going to get off of work. So good morning, Lucas. Thank you so much for joining us. Everyone was missing you this morning, myself included. But as I've told you 100 times, and I was just telling the ladies here on the channel that I've told you that this channel should be your least priority. It should be your lowest priority. You know, your job, your career, your education, those should always be top priority. And I think they usually are. Let me see. Let me just make sure here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the next one needs a triangle. Okay. All right. Let's keep putting these things together. So blocks in between. So let's do that part first. Squares. Look at that, he pops in and he goes immediately to the slots game. That's so funny. He's so funny. So those of you new to the channel, please let me introduce our moderator, Lucas. Lucas is not a quilter or a sewer at all. He has no idea how to use a machine, but he does help me out a lot with the computer stuff, and that's one of the reasons he's our moderator. He is a lot of fun. You'll enjoy his company. He's an unofficial family member of mine, although I'm sure it'll be official at some point. Unofficial for right now. It's great to have him around. Maybe I'll make a guest appearance at some point. Not today, but another day maybe. Maybe one of these days I'll actually get him in front of the machine. We can teach him how to sew. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. He has to get his gambling out of the way for the week. Yeah, absolutely. He comes here to gamble. Careful, ladies. He's a shark. The bot really likes him for some reason. The bot likes him. Well, Lucas, we've been putting rows together. We're mix and match. I can't believe we're on part 8 already. It's just crazy to me. Absolutely crazy. Bree says, yay, you finally won the slots. Well, congratulations, Marie. I knew eventually you would get there. Eventually the slot machine gives up. Eventually the bot gives up and stops fighting. Sometimes if you give it a hug, that helps. Sometimes, not always. Lucas says he doesn't have enough thimbles for the guest appearance yet. Lucas, I told you before you don't need to trade in your thimbles for the guest appearance. You can just show up, dude. He's so funny. He keeps joking that he's saving up for the $1 million secret prize, which is a free car. There is no $1 million secret prize, and there is no free car. But he seems to think that there is. And there's not. See? Terry says, yeah, he's waiting for the car to be on the table. Yep, there's no car. There's no car. Not unless he's buying it himself. There's no car. Hate to bust your bubble. I am rather impressed with my trimming skills, I gotta tell you guys. All these blacks are matching up pretty well. I was really worried that they weren't going to, because I am not great at cutting or sewing for that matter, but everything seems to actually be matching up pretty well, so I'm rather impressed with myself. I love it when a plan comes together. Oh, thank you, Terry. Terry says that's very pretty, Danny. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, I really love these. I've loved these fabrics from the start. I love the bright, cheerful colors. I love the patterns. So I've been really excited to see how it's going to look. And normally I don't go with a solid background fabric. It's just not how I do things. But I just opted for just a solid black fabric for this particular project, just because the fabrics themselves, the focus fabrics themselves, are just so busy with patterns that I decided to just try to break it up with that solid. And I really think the black is going to make all these colors pop really well. So that's kind of why I opted to go with that. I don't normally do solid like this. I would usually do like a grunge. If I'm going to do it, even anything remotely close to a solid, it would be a grunge, which has got the different tones to it. Usually I do some type of a tone on tone. You know, if I'm going to do a white, it's a tone on tone white or silver, things like that. I don't normally go just solid. But like I said, I decided that there was just so much going on with the focus fabric with regards to patterns and things that I thought that just the plain solid would really accent it very nicely and kind of break it up too, so it wasn't too busy. Keri says she uses black often with backgrounds. I don't. I really don't. I like I said, I black and white are definitely not my go-tos for sure. But that is the beautiful part about quilting, is that you can use the same pattern 10 different times, and just changing out the fabric colors and patterns makes an incredible difference in what the quilt looks like. I mean, Cotton Cuts is a great example of that. You guys have seen all the Cotton Cut stuff before. They're all the same pattern, but they're all different fabric lines, and the different fabric lines make the pattern feel different each time, which is really, really cool to see. Speaking of Cotton Cuts, if you guys haven't already and you're interested, they have started the Carnival, sign up for the Carnival quilt, puzzle mystery quilt. I am not participating. I just have so many projects going as it is, so I'm opting out of this one as well. I opted out of Green Village because I had so much going on still, and I still do, so I'm going to opt out one more time, and then I'll probably be back again after they do the final reveal for Village Green. Oops. Yes, the Tula line sold out fast. It usually does. Yeah, the Tula Pink lines usually... Solids are not my go-to. I usually do Prince of Batiks. Yes, Terry, Batiks is my go-to for sure. For sure. Definitely for sure. Alright. Now I need to add my cornerstones, my corner pieces here. This way they go up like that. Bree says she's on the fence about the carnival. She's got a lot going on this summer. She's just not sure she's going to have time for it. Yeah, I totally agree, Marie. That's kind of where I was at. I hemmed and hawed for a little bit, and then finally decided that I just have too much. I have too much already going on, that I really need to finish some things up. I have a couple of custom projects that I'm working, that I've kind of put on the back burner for a while, that I really need to pick up again. It'll be a mystery project on the channel once I get to it. Probably in a couple weeks. So we'll see how that goes. If you're just joining us on chat or just joining us on the channel, just a reminder, there is no live stream next week. I have a family function I need to attend Sunday, so there is no live stream next week. But we will pick up again the week afterwards. I do not have it on the calendar. I do not have it on the channel yet. I will get it up there. Will probably be a UFO project. I'm thinking I'm probably going to pull out our... excuse me. I'm actually thinking we're going to finish up our Cuts Piazza. We have Clue 10 came in, geez, almost a month ago now, and I just haven't gotten to it yet. So we'll probably start that. We might be able to finish it, I'm not sure. But I'm also thinking about a little bit of a change of scenery. We'll see. We'll see. I don't know yet. I haven't really decided on what we're doing yet. We might do the Cotton Cuts. We might do something else. I'm not sure. So no live stream next week. We will pick up again the week after. says he might be late to that one, or he might not be able to attend. He's not sure yet. Oh, no worries. Are you talking about the live stream in 2 weeks, or are you talking about the family event next weekend? Because I know you're invited to the family event. Okay. Here we go. Uh-oh. Why didn't you guys tell me I put these on wrong? Alright. Well, I'm gonna have to flip this one. Alright, so there we go. Jack gets to come out. Where's Jack? Where's Jack? Or as most people say, the divorce lawyer. Go. Alright, put it on wrong. So let's pull it out. Oh, the family event you worked till 12:30, okay. Oh, yeah, Kathy. Kathy was having issues with her thimbles last week, Luca. Or, yeah. She said she lost them. I'm not sure if it had something to do with her user ID. I forgot to look into it, Kathy. I'm sorry. I apologize for that. Lucas is much better at that stuff than I am. She says she lost her thimble, so I don't know if she's got two, because she did tell me that at one point in time, I think it was her, that she had an issue where she thought she was subscribed and she wasn't, or she lost her subscription or something. So I was just wondering if there was like two active accounts on her thimbles, and maybe we could just delete one. I wasn't sure. But yeah, she said she lost her thimbles, which is unfortunate. I'm sorry to hear that. And I know she hasn't redeemed anything. I don't think Kathy's ever done a redemption, so. There we go. Alright, so divorce lawyer had to come out because I put the triangle on backwards because you guys didn't tell me. No, I'm just kidding. I blame you guys, but it's really not your fault. It's mine. Kathy, no, so sometimes what happens, for some reason, YouTube does this weird thing where sometimes it just unsubscribes you from a channel. It's just the weirdest thing. I've had it happen to me before. So when that happens, I don't think that Streamlabs does anything, but it's possible that maybe it accidentally created a second account for you in Streamlabs for your thimbles. I don't know for sure. I really don't. We have seen it happen once or twice before. So I would just ask Lucas if he could check to see if maybe you accidentally have a second one, and if we just delete one of them, if that would reactivate the other one. Sometimes that's the case, sometimes it's not. Like I said, I mean, it's a distinct possibility that maybe they're just lost forever and we'll just have to give you some, but Lucas will look into it for you. We actually tried to give her, Lucas, we tried to give her thimbles last week. I think Terry and Dawn, I think, were trying to give her thimbles last week, and we couldn't. We were having the same issue where we couldn't give them to her either, so. I don't know if you were able to figure out what that was or not. So, I'm sure he'll look into it for us. Oops. Looks like Lucas says he deleted one of our channel. He said there were 2 accounts for her in Streamlabs, so he deleted one, but now it says she has 0, so he must have accidentally deleted the wrong one. I don't think it's anything on Kathy's end. I think it's on Streamlabs' end. Lucas can answer the question about giving thimbles, though. He knows the command. I don't. Alright, let's try this again. This time we're going to try and put it on the correct way. This way? That way. Okay. Let's try this again, shall we? Yes, Lucas said he'll give her his thimbles. That's one of the other reasons why he also has so many guys, is so that he can fix things like this when it comes up. Because it happens. Streamlabs is not perfect. It makes mistakes just like the rest of us. I don't know what music we're listening to, but it's really sad and boring, so I'm gonna actually skip this song. I don't know what we're listening to, but it's sad and boring, so I'm gonna skip this one. We're gonna say no, we dislike it, and move on to the next. There we go. It's better. Bree says she's gotta go. She'll try and see us in a couple weeks when we're back. Oh no, absolutely, Marie, no problem. Thank you so much for joining us for as long as you could. We totally understand. You know, family and friends and all that all comes before my channel for sure, 100%. All right. Okay. Let's make sure we can get this attached up here. Make sure I have this attached up the right way. There we go. All right. Not a problem. We totally understand. Thank you for joining us this morning. And Lucas, there's a couple of redemptions too. I think that I told them to email me already, so we should be good to go on those, just in case you see them. I'm aware that they are there. Sandra is really great about doing her redemptions. She likes all that stuff that I keep sending her, so that's good. Oh good, I'm glad we got Kathy all sorted out. Thank you, Lucas, for that. I knew you'd be able to figure it out. See, I told you guys. When I can't figure it out, I just wait for Lucas to come back and he figures it out for me. He's been doing a lot of research on Streamlabs and stuff like that, so he knows how all that stuff works. Lucas, for those of you who don't know, Lucas is a gamer. He does a lot of games and follows a lot of streams and stuff, so he's been actually working with a couple of other streamers. When we run into issues on things, he's been working with them to try and help sort things out. So that's why I go to him with my questions, because he's pretty knowledgeable about that stuff and has some contacts in the industry that are able to help us. So. Thank you, sir, for your help, as always. Okay. We're moving right along here, guys. We're doing a lot better than I expected to be. We're almost halfway through our rosary, which is kind of weird. Donna had predicted we were going to be done with this thing today. I don't think we're going to be done with it, but I think we're going to be close. Who knows? Yes, I was glad you could join in. I'm always glad you can join in no matter what, but to help out, yeah, for sure. We're always glad that you're here. You're a lot of fun. Hey, how'd your interview go, by the way? You had told us last week you had an interview coming up. How'd that go? For those of you who are not familiar, Lucas went to school to study forensic science. He wants to be a crime scene investigator. He wants to specialize in ballistics, which is, you know, bullets and guns and things of that nature. That's what he wants to specialize in because it's what he's interested in. So right now he's been looking for a an introductory position somewhere. Why do I feel like this is wrong? Why do I feel like it doesn't seem right? Sorry guys, I'm like trying to figure this out. Something doesn't seem right. Well, I guess it is right. It just doesn't seem like it goes together correctly. Before I start sewing this, I just want to make sure that this is going together the right way. Yeah, it's not. Okay, I have this row upside down. Okay. I'm like, wait a minute, something's not matching up right. Okay, I'm so glad I decided to double check that because I do have this row upside down. Whew, that could have been bad. See, that's why you always double check. If it doesn't feel right, triple check it because usually something's wrong. So, and I have the row upside down. All right, so flip this way. There we go. That should be correct then. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yep. Okay. That's right. Have a great day, Melina. Thank you so much for joining us today. I really appreciate it. Sorry I got kind of distracted there for a minute because I put my roll on wrong, but so great to see you. It's always wonderful to see you. Have a wonderful weekend, a wonderful week. Couple weeks actually. We'll see you in a couple weeks. I'm not 100% sure what we're doing yet, but we'll have, whatever it is, we'll have fun doing it, I'm sure. I mentioned before that I don't normally pin my quilts, but when I'm assembling my rows, I will pin the seams together just so everything lays right, because it is a little bit more difficult for me to put the rows together in my space. So I will pin up the seams on rows. Streamlabs just reminding everybody to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I think I mentioned that earlier. I try not to hound you guys too much about it. It does help out the channel quite a bit. I don't know if you guys saw this or not, but I was shocked. I was looking through some of my old videos. I forget what I was looking for. But I was looking through some of my old videos, and we have a video on the channel from our Piazza line. The very first video we did was a block swap video where we did an old English block. I have them up there. But I did a video on it. It was a quilt block challenge or something like that. That video, and I knew that video had done pretty well. It had done like 1,500 hits. It was like crazy for my channel. That's just not something that my channel normally sees. Well, I looked at it a week ago, maybe. It had over 4,000 views. 4,000. I mean, that's just massive for my channel. I could not believe the amount of views that particular video had. It was just unbelievable. So, I just thought you guys would be interested to know that. 4,000 views, over 4,000 views. It was just crazy to me. Never seen that many views on our channel before, ever. Ooh. Donna and Lucas are over there talking about playing games. I guess Donna must play some video games. That's kind of fun. I have been known to play the occasional computer game myself. I am not an avid gamer like Lucas is by any means, but I have been known to play the odd game. I don't usually play the mainstream games. I'm more into simulation type games. Building games, like city building games, things like that. That's more my style. Lucas does the more widestream games, the Pokemon and Fortnite. I think he does. Do you do Call of Duty too, Lucas? I can't remember. I know you do something on your Xbox because you were here the other day yelling at it. He was over here hanging out with Tony while Tony was doing homework, so he was playing Xbox, and at one point I had to send Tony a note, and I'm like, he's a little loud. He's yelling at the TV, talking on something. I don't know, it was funny. And she's like, OMG, I had just told him that he was being too loud. So it was pretty funny. Okay, where is that? Thank you. I thought that was funny. Her and I both had the same thought. He is the same with his video games as most men are with their sporting games. That's how he is. That's how Lucas is. We are moving right along with this thing a lot faster than I thought it was going to be. The toddlers, that's funny. Good song. I don't know what it is. It kind of sounds like Metallica. I know it's not Metallica because that would be mainstream music, but the song that you guys are listening to right now kind of sounds like Metallica. It's got that Metallica feel to it. I like it. Somebody asked me about copyright, if I was worried about copyright infringement with the music I play. The music that I play is from Pretzel Rock, which I have to add that thing to mine. So every once in a while I do get a flag for copyright, but Pretzel Rock guarantees all the music is copyright free. So if I do get a flag, they've given me verbiage that I use to dispute the flag with, and then usually it gets cleared out within a couple of days. I've had that happen a couple times with a couple of my other videos. Not a huge deal. Last week's video got flagged for copyright. I just haven't disputed it yet. I need to do that later today. Not a big deal. Pretzel Rock is an app inside of Streamlabs. Like I said, they guarantee their music is ad-free or is copyright-free. Do you plan on changing your sewing room at all? Yes, Terry, I do actually. At some point, I will change the sewing room. I think you're asking because Taylor has officially moved out, and so no, this is no longer a bedroom. I do plan on physically changing the room entirely. The plan has always been that I would take over Tony's bedroom as my sewing room when Tony moved out. Tony has the bigger room at the front of the house, which is right next to this room here. Tony has the bigger room, and so the plan has always been that I would take over that room when she moved out. Well, I'm not, not pushing her out by any means. She can stay as long as she needs to. So eventually this room will physically move to that room when that one is available. For right now, I haven't really decided what kind of changes I'm going to be making in this room with regards to it not being a bedroom anymore. This is looking so cool, guys. Look at this. So cool. I love it. I don't know if you guys can even see it, but it looks really cool. With regards to changes, immediate changes, not so far. Taylor's bunk bed is still lofted over here. It's still set up there. She took the mattress with her, so it doesn't have a mattress on it right now. That's why I said it's no longer a bedroom. I'll probably pull that down at some point. I don't know. I haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. This room is multifunctional. It's not just a bedroom, but it's also my office as well as my sewing room as well. So I've got some changes I want to make, but I don't want to do too many things too drastic because, like I said, I'm going to be moving this room out. Some people have asked if I'm going to repaint the walls. I know it's hard to see, but this is a lime green. It's not a really bright lime green. It's more like a yellowish green. Some people have asked if I'm going to repaint. I don't know. I really don't know yet what I'm going to do yet. I'm sure if I repainted, that would probably help with the colors on my channel. But I kind of like the green walls. They're kind of like, they're growing on me. So I don't know what I'm going to do yet. This room will eventually become my husband's room. He will turn this room into his man cave at some point in time. Tony's room will become a sewing room and a spare bedroom. I would actually like to get a Murphy bed to go in there at some point. That is the plan eventually. These are 10-year plans, not next year plans. These are 10-year plans. So we'll see. Right now, no immediate changes at the moment. I am kind of moving things around a little bit. I have a whole dresser in this closet back here that's now empty for storage. So I'll probably be putting some stuff in there just to kind of clean up my cabinet a little bit. I'll kind of clean things up a little bit. But no major changes just yet. If you guys, one of the suggestions was getting a design wall for me in here. It's definitely an option now that I have a little bit more space. This is a 10 by 10 room, so it's not a very big room. It's a very, very small room. So there's still quite a bit of places that I could move things. I just haven't really decided what I'm going to do yet. Thank you, Terry. She says it looks so pretty. Oh, thank you. Yes, love the colors. I do too. Yes, Terry, it looks very yellow on screen. It's a yellowish green. In some of my videos, you can see that the bright green really stands out much better. Live streaming is always a different bandwidth than video recording. So on my videos, the walls are much prettier bright green than they are in the live streams, because the live streams, it goes through Streamlabs, it goes through a live stream filter, things like that. So it's a little bit different, but yeah. Terry says the dining room is now her sewing room. It's a 10 by 10. Yeah. Yeah, so like to answer your question, Terry, I'm not planning any immediate changes yet. Eventually, I'd like to get a new sewing cabinet. I'd like to get a koala cabinet eventually, something with a little bit more table space behind the machine for these larger projects. I really don't have any space behind my machine right now with this particular cabinet, even though I love this cabinet. So this does really well for piecing. It doesn't do so well for the larger projects, because there's not a whole lot of space behind the machine. You guys can see I struggle with it. Terry says she spilled into the living room with a couple of other machines. Oh no, I totally get it. Hi Pamela, good morning. Thanks so much for joining us and welcome to the channel. I don't think I've ever seen you on the channel before, so hello. Good morning. Welcome. We are putting rows together for Mix Match. I just took like a 2-minute break here because I had something caught in my throat. Yes, a cutting counter would be fantastic, and that is a goal eventually. When I get to the other room, I have some other ideas for furniture in there. We'll have to wait and see how it goes. Right now, I do all my cutting, my large scale cutting, I do that in my kitchen, at my kitchen counter, which is one of the places I might take you guys to on a live stream one of these days. But I do all my small scale cutting right here on this cabinet. So. Yes, good morning, Pamela. It's so good to see you. I always love seeing new faces. It's always so much fun to see new faces. Love seeing all my regulars as well, but it's always great to see a new face. New name, new face, I guess. Not really face, but a new name. All right, so we are on, let's see here, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is row 4. So now we're going to do row 5, which is another corner. So I'm just going to lay this here. Let's put together row 5. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares. Let me grab 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so there's my 5. Switch this one out for this one. 5. Okay. There's my 5. And then I need 4 black squares. Grab 4 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now for this one, because this one is actually going to be a corner piece, I need a small corner on one end and a large corner on the other. It's going to be a little tricky. I have to make sure I lay that one out correctly. Hi, Chloe. Good morning. She says, hi, just popping in for a minute. No, absolutely. Good morning. Good morning. Thanks so much for joining us. Happy Sunday morning to you. So good to see you. Just putting some rows together. Row, row, row your boat. No, your quilt. I don't know. I was trying to think of something clever and it just didn't really pan out, did it? All right, let's get these squares put together. Last weekend, I was going to tell you guys, and I'm sure you can see it, if you are an I Spy kind of guy, or gal, you may see my ruler setup here has changed a little bit. I don't know if you guys can actually see it, but you may see that my quilting grids Stripology ruler has made it to the wall. It has been tucked away down here in the corner on the floor for some time now, because it still had the plastic on it, and obviously I have taken the plastic off of it, and that's why it's now up on the wall. I actually used it last weekend for the very first time. Took me a little bit to get kind of oriented with it. I have a couple of projects that require almost 100. It's just crazy. 3/4 inch strips. It's crazy. So I was cutting 3/4 inch strips with the Stripology ruler, and it was fantastic. It was absolutely fantastic. The only challenge that I was having was a bad blade. That's the only challenge I was having. I had to keep changing out my blade because of the amount of fabric I was cutting. But otherwise, if you guys do a lot of strip cutting, especially a project like I said I'm working on with these 3/4 inch strips, which is just crazy, it worked out really, 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 really well. I love the fact that there's markings on here for 1.5 and 2.5 inch marks. That made my life so much easier, because what I did was I went ahead and I cut 1.5 inch strips, and then I slid the ruler over a 1/4 inch. I slid the ruler over, so then that way now the lines that I needed to cut on were in the center of the 1.5, so I did the 3/4 inch strips. Worked out really, really well. I was so pleased with it. I've never used one before. I got it as a Christmas gift. I'd asked for it and got it as a Christmas gift and have not had the opportunity to use it yet until last weekend, and it was amazing. And I'll probably show you guys how I do that, either on a short video or maybe on a live stream one of these days. I haven't decided yet, but I will show you guys how I used it so that if it's something you're interested in. They're a little pricey. The ruler themselves is pretty pricey, but if you make a lot of strips, it's really great. And you're not looking into buying like one of those circuits. It worked out really, really well. I really liked it. So you'll start to see that probably more and more on the channel as we make more and more projects. I mean, I was able to make I don't even know how many. Probably 10 or 12 3/4 inch strips in a matter of minutes. I mean, it was just incredible. Ooh, Chloe said she was at a Memorial Day parade last weekend. That sounds like fun. I assume it was a local parade by your home. Sounds like fun. Hi, Gladys. Good morning. She says, I'm still here. That's good. I'm glad, Gladys. We're glad you're here. The half square triangle ruler. Yes, I have used that before. I don't think it was last week that I did it, but yes, it was one of the past weeks. I have two different ones. I have a full size and then I have a mini. I love it. If you do strip 2 projects, the half square triangle ruler makes very quick work of it. Very, very quick work of strip 2 projects, for sure. If you go back and watch one of the previous videos for our Tropics project, you'll see me using the strip 2 ruler on those projects, because that was the half square triangle ruler. I mentioned it before, but I'll mention it again because I'm just so darn proud of myself. I managed to cut these squares so like perfectly. Excuse me. I managed to cut these squares perfectly when it came to so they meet up really nice. A little bit of a traffic jam on my machine here, so I'm just pulling out some extra thread. Don't need to be there anymore. Every once in a while, the fabric on a corner will bend and get caught. Try not to let that happen. Sometimes it happens anyway. Looks like Lucas is trying to start a heist again. For those of you, just as a reminder, there's a few ways you can earn thimbles, and one of those ways is through the heist game. It's a luck of the draw kind of game where you just never know who's going to win. You can join in by doing !heist space and then the amount of thimbles that you're willing to risk. You can only risk the amount that up to what you have. If you do exclamation point all, I think it maxes out at 1,000 or 1,500 thimbles. I don't remember the exact max amounts, but it maxes out so then that way you won't lose everything. We could set it up so you lost everything, but that doesn't seem like it would be fair. So be careful. There's also the slots machine games. That is the fastest way to earn thimbles, but it can also be the fastest way to lose them too, so be careful with that. The bot is not always nice. I have no control over when you win and when you don't, so please don't get mad at me. We do have a control over the odds of winning, and we have set it up, I think, as a 50-50, so then that way it can be as fair as we can. And every once in a while, Lucas will go in and make some setting changes to the slots games when he's feeling generous. He is in charge of the slots games. I let him handle that because it's a little bit of maintenance. So if you are nice to him, he might do some things there with the slots games. You just never know. He likes to do things at random. Lucas, if you commented on your interview, and I might have missed it. I've been kind of ignoring chat a little bit today, I'm sorry. I'd love to know how your interview went, and if you don't want to talk about it on the channel, I understand too. You can tell me about it later, next time you're over. My machine jammed again. There we go. If you answered me and I missed it, I apologize. He says he's going to reach out to them because they were supposed to choose a candidate on Wednesday and he hasn't heard. You know, some companies are bad about that. You know, they don't tell you if you don't get it, which I think is dumb. I think that they should tell you. I think a good company should tell you. That's just my own personal opinion. But yeah, some companies are bad about that. So, but you know what? If nothing else, Lucas, calling them and just following up on them, it shows initiative. We actually had, at my company, we had a gentleman that interviewed for a position, and honestly, he was not one of the top candidates for the position. We were actually thinking of going with a different candidate, but he actually showed up at our door. It was a local interview. But he showed up at our door like 2-3 days later to follow up on the interview, just to say, you know, I just wanted to make sure that you guys, I mean, most people call, but he showed up at the door. And so I just wanted to follow up with you guys, see if you had any further questions, if there was anything else I could answer for you. He goes, and I had a couple of extra questions. You know, I hope that somebody might be able to answer them for me. So he just kind of was following up, and he did it in person, which is odd. You know, most of the time people call. But he showed up in person, and it turned out because of that follow-up, it really showed initiative. It showed that, you know, he was really eager to learn more about the position and that he was really interested in the position. And it was because of that reason that we actually hired him. He was not the most qualified of candidates. Like I said, he was not our first choice, but having that initiative and showing us that he was really, really interested in this and really eager for it, we decided to give him a shot. And he's been with us ever since. So, showing that initiative, showing that gracefulness. I mean, it doesn't always work out, but it can. Sometimes it can move you to the top of the pile for sure. Oh, look. Lucas is hugging the cloud bot. Hoping for some better luck. Sometimes that works. Alright, so triangle piece now. I'm going to fold this one in half. that. Linda Denton, good morning. I don't think I've seen your name pop up. I've seen Linda Frow's pop up before, but I don't think I've seen your name pop up before. So good morning to you. Hello. So good to see you. Welcome to the channel. You may have been lurking. A lot of people are lurking on the channel, and that's okay. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Why is this so small? This one is really... This is the smaller of the two, right? No, it's not. That was why. Ah, always go with your first instincts. Linda says, just found you. Oh, well, then you're a new subscriber. Good morning. Hello, how are you? Hello, hello. Thank you. I didn't see any subscriber posts pop up. Maybe you were subscribed before. Who knows? Either way, good morning. Welcome to the channel. We are working on a free pattern called Mix and Match by Donna Jordan. I've pinned a link to it in chat. It's a free pattern. You can just click over to our website and get it if you'd like. We're on part number 8 of this project. We do full-size projects on our live streams from start to finish, literally from start to finish. I mean, I start ironing and cutting up fabrics right here on the channel. I don't do anything off the channel. So if you're interested in any of them, you can feel free to take a look at any of our previous videos, live stream videos. And I make a lot of mistakes because, as the channel indicates, I am not an expert. So you will see the divorce lawyer come out quite a bit because that's just how I roll. Lucas is our moderator, and he said same thing. You know, if you have any questions, just ask them in chat. We are happy to help. We are glad you're here with us today. And a reminder to all of you, if you're not already, please consider subscribing to our Facebook or our Instagram. You can do exclamation point links in chat to get the links to both of those. We like to post stuff on there. I took over my Instagram a couple weeks ago for an Elvis concert, an Elvis festival I was at. Had nothing to do with sewing related, but it was a lot of fun, and so I wanted to just share that with you guys. I don't normally do things like that. It's usually only quilting and sewing related posts. But I did that just a temporary thing because I thought it was fun. If you are interested, we do that there as well. We have a ton, just an absolute ton, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of them. A ton of creators, other content creators that pop into the channel from time to time. A bunch of close friends of mine. If you're interested in following any of them, you can do exclamation point creators in chat. We'll give you names of all of the creators that we have, and then you would just follow the commands that it tells you for each of the creators to follow them. A lot of them you will see. A lot of them you will see actually in the chat window, so they're there if you're interested as well. And as always, if you're looking for something and you can't find it, or you need a link to it, or you're just not sure what's going on, just ask. Just put a message right into the chat window and we will answer it as best we can. So here's this one. Goes this way. Nope. Alright, I'm trying to figure this out. Oh, I think it's this way. Okay. These triangles always throw me off. We're doing, all of these rows are on point, so they are not horizontal or vertical. They are on an angle. So that's why I keep, excuse me, I keep turning my page here to try and orient myself so that I can figure out what the heck I'm doing. Okay, flip that over. Make sure that lines up correctly. There we go. Hi, Sean. Good morning. My goodness, I haven't seen you in forever. Hello, how are you? Thank you so much for popping in. Celebrity in the house. Just was literally just talking about content creators and how much some of them are some close friends of mine. Sean is definitely one of those. So if you are not a follower of his channel, please go over and check it out. He's awesome. He does so many fun things over there. So many fun things. So hello, hello. Maybe lurk for a bit. No, absolutely. Absolutely. It's so great to see you. I'm so sorry that I've been kind of AWOL lately. I've just had a lot going on. We need to catch up, dude. It's totally my fault, not yours at all. It's totally my fault, but we need to catch up at some point. At some point, we will need to catch up. We are putting rows together here, dude. We are on row, I don't even know anymore. I think 5. I think that's where we're at. I think we're on row 5. The whole thing is on point, so it's just totally throwing me off. So I'm trying to keep it together. So, I'm going to figure this out now. So, this. Okay. Okay. Hi. It always takes me a minute. This on point always throws me off. But it's great to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. This mix and match pattern has been a lot of fun. It's been a challenge. I mean, I did not think it was going to be nearly as challenging as it was. It looked much, Donna Jordan made it look much easier than it was. It took forever for me to figure out how to get the pieces oriented and how to cut them correctly, and yeah, it took a minute. But we got through it, we worked through it. We're at the point now where we're putting rows together, which is really exciting. I think this row is about the halfway point for the quilt top, and we'll probably finish out this row and then end the stream for today. We'll see. We'll see how things go. Alright. I've mentioned it a few times now, but in case you're just joining us, I don't normally pin when I'm quilting. I hate pins. I absolutely loathe them because I end up pinning myself to something usually. But when I'm doing a row assembly, I will pin at the intersections just to kind of keep everything lined up together. I have found in the past that this just kind of gives me my own sanity. You don't have to use pins. You could use the Wonder Clips if you wanted to. You could do that instead of pinning. I just use the pins. I think they're easier. Pamela says she's got to run. No problem, Pamela. Thank you so much for popping in today. It was so great to see you. Hopefully you can join us in a couple weeks for our next live stream. We will not be live streaming next Sunday, but we will be streaming the Sunday after that. Sunday mornings, 10:30 a.m. Central Time. Usually about 10:30 to 12:30 is the time slot we usually go for. Sometimes things run a little late. Sometimes they run a little slow. But for the most part, that's where we're at. I hope to see you again very, very soon. You have a wonderful weekend. All right, let's see. Excuse me, my goodness. All right, row 5. Matching up these seams here. see what we got going on here. There we go. There we go. Alright, just keep moving forward. Row, row, row your quilt. When I was creating the live stream announcement a couple weeks ago, I was trying to come up with something clever, some type of clever saying for making rows, and I couldn't come up with anything. The only thing I could come up with was row your boat. You know, row, row, row your boat. That's all I could come up with. So. But we'll have one more stream of building rows for this project because we're not going to finish it today. And then we have a border to add before this project is finished, or before it can be sent off to the long arm. So we've got at least probably 2 more episodes for this project before it's finished, or at least to a point where it can go to the long arm. So 2 more at least. Tickle that like button. There you go. It likes it. It's like Tickle Me Elmo. If you listen real closely, sometimes you can hear it giggle. No, I'm just kidding. It really doesn't giggle. It really doesn't. That would be fun if it did, though. That could be fun. If there was a way to set that up, that would be fun. Probably would get obnoxious, though. It could be fun. This, yeah. Because I would totally find the Tickle Me Elmo soundtrack. Sound effect and put that in there for every time somebody would click the like button, it would say hee 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 hee. That would be fun. All right. Let me go ahead and finger press this open, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what it looks like. I'm going to actually stand up and show you what it looks like so you can see it, because it's getting to be a little big now, so it's a little bit harder to show you. Again, each of these rows is on point, so it's not a horizontal or vertical row. It's actually on a diagonal, so it's hard to really tell what we're doing here, and it kind of doesn't seem like it makes sense. It looks like I'm doing everything kind of backwards, but I'm really not, I promise. You'll be able to see it here when I stand up and show you. Just finger press it. And I will tell you this, I've recently started getting my nails done again. I used to do this a lot when I was younger, but I recently started doing it again. And I gotta tell you, the nails really help with the finger pressing. It really helps. Makes it a nice, crisp, clean line for sure. I mean, obviously not everybody is in the position that they could do that, but it helps, that's for sure. Of course, they make those rollers too, if you're interested in those rollers. Seam pressing rollers. Do that as well. Hope you guys are jamming to the tunes today. Pretty good tunes today. Looking at heavy metal jamming. I feel like an 80s rock band right now. Headbanging. Maybe not. I'll probably give myself a headache. I probably shouldn't do that. Okay, let me show you what I got here. So this is how the rows have been lined up. Obviously it's hard to tell, but this is what it actually looks like. I'm gonna stand up so you guys can actually see it. I'm gonna try and hold this up for you. So it's kind of on an angle. You can kind of see what it looks like. It's looking pretty awesome, I think. I think it looks pretty good. But you can see how it's on an angle like that. Oh, it looks pretty cool. So this is how we're actually sewing it together. Like that. But then that's what it's actually going to look like. So that's pretty cool. I'm really liking it so far. I think it looks great. Alright. Alright, so here's what I'm going to do. So we're definitely not going to finish this today. Oh my god, look at all the strings. We're definitely not going to finish this today. So I'm going to go ahead and fold this up for now. Put it into my bin. It's kind of a weird fold, but that's right. Go. There we go. Fold it in half like that. It's not folding in half because of the way the weird pieces there. So we're just gonna kind of force it. There we go. There we go. There we go. It's doing something now. All right. So on my pattern, I'm gonna take a pencil. I have one. I have a white pencil. There's a pencil. Okay. I'm gonna take a pencil and I'm gonna mark the row where we need to start. So we need to start from here to here. So I'm just gonna say start. Okay, so I just marked, I don't know if you guys can even see the lines there. I said start here and start here. That's where we need to start next week. Or the next time we meet for this project. Roll it up like a fitted sheet. Yep, exactly. That's kind of what I did. I just roll it up. Yeah. Well, so I have everything in the plastic bins. I'm sure you guys can see it down here on the ground. Keep everything in the plastic bins. So we've got that all there. All right. Yay! So we are halfway through this top. I'm loving the way this is looking. I love the fabric. I always love the fabric, the focus fabrics. Again, I'm not a huge fan of solid background fabric, especially solid black or solid white, but I really felt like there was just so much pattern in the focus fabric. We really needed to break that up with a solid color, and so that's why I went with the solid black. The mix and match that Donna did was a solid black, and so I opted to just, you know, I opted to just kind of take her her word on this, and we went for that instead. Chloe says looks good. Oh, thank you. Kathy says very pretty. Oh, thank you very much. Kathy, are you live today? Are you going live at all today? I know that Ian goes live in the afternoons. Teresa, Louise, she hasn't unfortunately been on the channel in a while, but I know she does live streams on Sunday afternoons, so make sure you check her out. Tiffany, Tiffany's Quilt Life, I think. She does live streams on Sundays as well, so make sure you check her out. No live stream next week. I know I've said this a million times already, so I apologize for the repeat, but no live stream next week. I'm doing a family thing next week, but then we will be back live the week after that. It's not on the channel yet. It will be. I need to get going on that. I'll probably do something maybe during the week for that, maybe over the weekend. Next weekend we'll see, but it will be there. So we will be working on something. I'm not entirely sure. I have a couple of ideas of what we're going to be doing. I haven't decided yet. So we'll get to that. This one will come back around probably in 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, probably 3 or 4 weeks. We'll come back around to this one for part 9. Oh my god, 9. Oh my gosh. So for this, so that'll be, you guys will be able to see that. Part 9 we'll be putting the rest of the top together. We'll just do the rest of the rows. And then the part 10, we will be doing borders. And then it will go off to the long arm, where she will long arm quilt it, and then when it comes back we'll do the binding for it. This is intended as a gift for someone. I'm obviously not going to say who it is, because they do watch the channel on occasion, so I don't want to ruin the surprise. So they're just going to have to wait to see who it is for. Tropics is coming again soon. We worked on that one last week. That one is coming right along. That one's actually coming along faster than this one is. I think the blocks were just a little bit easier to make. So that one is coming along pretty quickly, as a matter of fact. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Thank you so much for joining me, as always. Thank you for your patience. Thank you for your loyalty to the channel. Your participation on our Facebook group. I love seeing what you guys are working on. I always love to hear from you guys. If you guys have any patterns that you want to share with myself or the group, please post them over there on Facebook. Pictures of what you guys are working on. You guys keep me inspired, keep me motivated, and keep me moving forward. So I really, really, truly appreciate that. Instagram, make sure you tag us there on Instagram. It's So Not an Expert YT for YouTube. Over there on Instagram. Like I said, I did kind of take over my channel a little while, take over the Instagram for a little while with all of this stuff. But I promise, no more of that. The rest of it will be sewing from now on. So we'll get to that as well. If you guys have comments, questions, concerns, you want to reach out to me, you want to talk about anything and everything, please email me, sonotanexpert@gmail.com. I love hearing from you guys. I try and get to those emails as quickly as I can. Sometimes things get in the way and I don't always get to them right away, but I do try to reach out to you guys as often as I can. Yes, Terry saw the Elvis stuff. It was so much fun. I had such a great time. So yeah, thank you again. Thank you again to Lucas, the best moderator in the world. He's amazing. He popped in about halfway through the stream today, so great to see him. Good luck to you, dude. I hope I'll probably see you in a couple weeks, so we'll see how things go. All right, guys, I'm going to take off and enjoy the rest of my Sunday. You guys try to get outside if you're able to, physically able to. Try to get outside, at least enjoy a little bit of the nice summer air. It is beautiful out there right now. Enjoy it before the bugs and all the rain and all that crap starts coming in. So, all right, guys, I will see you guys all again really, really soon. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys again in a couple of weeks. Bye-bye.
Nobody told